Guys, we're doing part 2 of this, and we had to go and get some of this stuff, but I found out you can actually get a pound of this, or was it over a pound? It was a pound.
It was a pound.
You get a pound of this. We paid what, $2 for this?
We paid $1 for that one.
$1? Well, for like 3, you can get a pound of this. So it's probably best if you're gonna do something like this to go on and get the pound. Now this is spread out apart a little bit, and I think a lot of that has to do with the. Well, I figured it might be the humidity as well with the heat and the expansion here. But we've got the stuff to do it. So the point that we're at right now is we're probably about 85% done with it, ain't we?
Yeah. Something
around that. So we're gonna start mounting these bones. I looked at the goat skull that I had, and I think it's small enough that it's a small goat that I could have put it on here, but I'm just gonna stick with the bones for this one. And I think we're gonna do a second one later on.
Yeah, we're going to.
Maybe make it a little bit more elaborate.
Probably it's not.
Maybe not. We'll see where that goes. So I guess let's get started, and we'll do it one bone at a time because each bone's going to have to be put on here a certain way. So we're going to put this big bone on here at the bottom first. Also, if you're looking to do a clean look on this, like I told you before, if you wanted to sun bleach the bones as well, you would get lacquer, I guess you could put it on it, and that would actually keep it from doing these splits and stuff any worse than what it already is in a lot of cases. So that would be where you'd want to go with that. Outside of that, I think I've already covered everything in part 1. We'll go on and start mounting this, and then we'll talk about how we did it or what method we chose to do it with. We're also going to tie this a little bit tighter and hold it together. So okay, so first things first, what we did was we tied behind this part of the bone right here, and we just looped it around to this side. That way it can stay on here without interfering with, wrapping around this part right here.
Does that go there?
Yeah, the next part is going to go either right around here or there, or somewhere in the middle, and it's going to go like that. That's how it's going to go. So we'll get into that and mount that, and then show you how that was done. So pretty much what had happened is, the great thing about blind builds is you don't know what the hell you're doing until after it's already done. So we got to looking, and we were going to put these up like before, but decided to do something a little bit more elaborate by crossing the bones. The bone crossing is going to come in handy because I've got this goat skull here, and we're going to find a way to mount it on there to where skull and crossbones makes it a little bit more elaborate, and it makes it better looking, in my opinion. Less plain.
Mine's going to be a little bit girly.
What, you want baby skulls?
Shut up.
Can we get human baby skulls? Is that how this works?
Mine's going to be girly. Like, why are you putting the camera on me? I look like shit today.
Don't start that.
I do.
We're not about that. People ain't coming here to be like, I ain't even on camera. You wanna know why? Because it don't matter.
Because you don't like being on camera.
So what I've done is I've taken 2 screws. I've had to knock one of them sideways there for a second, and then
the reason that you had to knock them sideways is the inside of the skull wouldn't fit.
Yeah, right here it has to fit. So I've knocked them that way, so like you can see it right there. See if I can get a better shot of that. You can see my dog like chewing herself.
Wednesday.
So that's what it should look like, but we're gonna have some wrapping around it and everything, so that should take care of that, and then we should be pretty much done.
Quit chewing.
So this is pretty much it. This is what the finished product looks like. I've got a few things that I've had to do. One, I used a hammer, obviously, to knock those screws back into spot. Then I used just your basic staple gun to staple the back of it. I'll show you what I did. Whenever we tied these, after we mounted them, we sent the cord through the temple and went back here. Now I stapled this that way they would stay tight enough to hold on. As you can see, there's not much movement at all in this. So it's pretty sturdy, but if you do this, of course, you can see a little bit of it. But for the most part, it's pretty set. So that's pretty much it. If I'm gonna run down the cost right now, these were this board right here was about I'd say about $3.95 a board, the 2x4s. If you've already got the tools, then you don't have to worry about that. $3 for 2 boxes of the screws with the elbow braces. Then the bones we found out there, you can actually find a lot of people on eBay who are selling them. The goat skull, for example, I picked up for probably about $10. These are the bones we found out in the yard. So the jute twine is about $1. The stain itself is about $3.95. The cheese,
this, whenever it gets older, it's going to fuzz out like that.
Yeah. The cheesecloth itself that you use to apply it is about, what was that, $2?
$2. I think it's $1 or $2.
$1 or $2. The sponge, the sanding sponge, was about $3, which is that right there that I showed in the last video.
No, this was $2.
That was $2?
That was $2.
Okay. So that's pretty much the price. I'm gonna
sanding sponge because it does that.
Okay.
And it's even rough on the sides, except for right here on the bottoms.
So all in all, I'm gonna leave at the end of the video. I'm gonna leave a price guide. That way, you guys can check that out for a full total. And then of course, if you don't have the tools, that's all just depending on what you get. So yeah, if you guys like this stuff, you guys can always subscribe and I guess turn on notifications, because most of the time we're not going to get seen otherwise, because
yeah,
we're not going to be seen.
We're not famous.
We're not famous.
Never.
Never. Okay, we're really not. Which is perfectly fine. We're just doing this because we like doing stupid shit, I guess. Blind builds are fun though, and I'd like to do more of these.
I built you the bone wind chimes.
Yeah, I have an altar down in the yard, at the edge of the property, and I'll show that off sometime. But yeah, this is pretty much how this goes. I think it looks good.